Hello and welcome to another edition of American Cooking with Chris, me, your host. Tonight it's going to be a special night. We haven't had this for a while, but we're going to have some steaks. And I talked about steaks before. Tonight's dish is going to be a interesting dish. We're going to have these petite steaks over here, and we're also going to have a mushroom sauce with green beans at the end. And this will be a primary season is going to be Montreal steak seasoning with garlic and of course onions. We're going to go ahead and fire that up now. 8's always a good temperature. In the meantime though, we've got to get these steaks ready to go. And you know, what we're spending here on steaks is not that much. I mean, I spent more than this at McDonald's, you know, just the other day. Hands are already pre-washed. Just FYI. Let's see here. Gonna get all these little stickies ready. Ready to go, ready to go. Let's see, open up our seasonings. It takes quite a bit of it to get it going correctly. You want to put it on everything because these steaks are thicker. They're going to take a little bit longer. Lots of flips, lots of flips. That's about right there. And then go ahead and put the rest of these over here. Toss that out. Letting this thing warm up, and we're gonna okay, so just kind of pat that in so it gets stuck on it. There we go. So that's your primary seasoning there, and that's peppered steak. Going to be really good. Now we're going to add some powdered garlic, and the garlic's kind of the same way, but I'm only going to do it on half. There we go, like that. And we're going to need some oil too. So let me go ahead and seasoning off the hands. Get some oil in the pan. Throw down with our onions. Once again, I'm going to use some canola oil. I'm just going to put a little puddle in there. You see we're already pretty hot, so let's go ahead and add our onions. We're going to need quite a bit of these onions. As soon as these heat up, and they're frozen right now, so I want to get them kind of on their way to brown. That should be more than enough seasoning. Go and put our leftover onions in the fridge. Got our steaks here. The rice is cooking already. Like I said, this is going to be we're going to finish this off as a mushroom sauce. And that's got plenty of salt. And, you know, oh, I should salt that. No. This is going to be a different kind of dish, more savory. End up using 2 of these. I didn't see I had one of those. I didn't need that one. Good. Nothing like the smell of sauteed onions, I tell you what. our secret ingredient tonight is beer. Brought to you by Coors. This is the new organic one. It's pretty tasty. There we go. It's starting to smell good. Let's go ahead and move these over to the side and we'll bring in our steaks. And one steaky. Two steakies. Three steakies. Four steakies. This is going to be pan-fried steak, and we have to cook it all the way through. So the only way we're going to be able to do that is if we throw a lid on it. This will also help trap the moisture. There's only a little bit of moisture in there, and you can actually burn your steaks right at this critical stage if you don't watch it. So I'm going to grab some water just in case it decides to scald. These little thick steaks like this, they can cause problems in the pan. A lot of people mess them up. Now we do have some beer though, so let's look at that. It doesn't need any quite yet. This is gonna kind of cook the outside of the steak. I'd almost want to get some the top and the bottom going. Yeah, so we got that top and the bottom there. It's gonna take a lot of flips for these steaks because they're so thick. Let's go ahead and move this pan, well, we can put it on there too. Clean it up, clean it up. And what else are you going to do while it's cooking, right? Put it back down so we get as much splatter we got to clean up. Let's get a plate over here too. Where's my bucket? There's the bucket. Doink. Now everybody's happy. We got that on a plate. Cool. Alright, so what do we got here? Starting to cook down. So you gotta watch the surface between the steak and the pan. Yeah, see, we're starting to get a little bit of hotness going on there. Okay though. Good. Go ahead and add a little bit of this. Yeah, it smells good. Okay, so using beer instead of water, we're going to have a couple of things. We're going to add more flavor. You get the flavor of the hops. You're also going to get the water, which will help steam these things. The whole time we're cooking just shy of 8 right now. We want to cook it really, really kind of fast, but yet keep flipping the steaks, because each time you flip a steak, the heat comes up from the bottom of the steak, and it kind of like cooks it a little bit through, and you flip it over and it cooks it a little bit more. Flip it over, cooks a little bit more. So you're kind of like with a thick steak, you got to cook it slowly through the middle until you get right where you want it to be. These are pretty thick, so it's going to take a little bit of doing. Got about 3 minutes left on our rice there. So that's going pretty good. All right, we're going to go ahead and pull this off right now. Give these things a flip. See, look at that. It's caramelizing. The onions are caramelizing. It's looking really quite good. We're starting to get a nice extraction from the steaks too. A lot of this juice that's in here is coming from the steaks. So we're going to end up with a real nice rich sauce when we're done here. Y'all take a look at that. I mean, a lot of times there's a lot of guys that would pull these right now. They'd be like, they're done, pull them. And I don't think they're quite done yet. So I want a little bit more, just a little bit more sauce. It's like one of those pop, what are the popcorn things? Alright, so I'm going to make the sauce separate from the steak because not everybody likes mushroom sauce. I love mushroom sauce, so I'm going to be like all about this mushroom sauce. This is about the mushroom sauce tonight. And we're going to have mushroom sauce with the green beans. That's going to be a separate dish, but it's going to go good with the rice. We're still going to get the savoriness of the garlic and the onions. It's going to be very savory, but it should be really, really quite good. The sauce separate is going to be kind of like something you want to do anyways. That way if people don't want it, you know, they don't have to have it. There we go. So we're getting a good sauce now. That's probably coming out of the steaks. Yeah, I can see it bleeding right there, see? So kind of half steam, half reduction here. Like I said, these thicker steaks are harder to cook. Oh, yeah, we're getting good. Okay, cool. These thicker steaks are harder to cook, and you want to essentially cook them from the bottom hot, but then you have to cook the sides too, otherwise they're raw. And you know, there's our rice. So technically our rice is done right now, which is good. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some plates because I think I'm gonna have to plate here pretty quick. I'm going to end up serving this on glass ceramic because it's I want it to stop cooking when I put it over on the tray or put it over on the plate. I want it to stop cooking like right then, so it's going to be kind of fast. All right, we're going to go for a medium, probably a medium well, I think tonight. Yeah, see that color? This color is really nice. Some of these onions things off the walls, huh? Well, see how nice that looks? It's starting to look pretty good. And they're pretty much done now. Maybe a little bit more of this, one more time. Alright, so we can start preparing our plates. Get some rice going here. Just a minute. It's almost like a little pressure cooker. Alright, let's go ahead and take that out. Cook down. I'm really smelling that that steak seasoning. I'm gonna add more garlic because this is a mushroom dish, so I want more garlic. One sprinkle across it. Getting near the end, so we're gonna flip these. Get that down in the sauce. There we go. Yeah, that's the smell I'm looking for. Almost like a garlic butter smell is the smell you want to come off of these things. With the combination of the canola oil and the hops, it's got a really good, yeah, that's almost a buttery smell coming off there right now, that buttered, garlic buttered smell. That's what I want. That's what I want for these. So I'm going to go ahead and pop the pressure cooker. We're 3 minutes in. The longer you leave the rice in the cooker, the stickier it gets, but we already cooked it with extra water, so it's going to be extra sticky already. So we're going to go ahead and pop it. And then as soon as these steaks get landed on a bed of rice, then we can sauce them up. And I'd like to put the green beans in the sauce. It's going to be a green bean sauce. So might as well drain those while we're waiting. We don't need extra can flavor, do we? Less can flavor, the better. And you'll notice that I cook a lot with canned food. I'm not afraid to use canned food. I've spent years cooking without it in lots of different cooking environments. But okay, so now we're coming up to the end of this. You really got to watch it, see how it's sticking really easy. So the salts and the sugars and reduction to water. And these are semi-firm. We're going to also have to let these things relax too after we cook them. Alright, so these are about done. It's like you got one more round to do with this. Go ahead and finish it off. Okay, one beer. Call this, these are one beer steaks. And it's going to make a really great sauce, you'll see. Now we're going to move these around a little bit so we get the stuff off the bottom. And notice I haven't burned them yet. This is we don't want to burn these. Okay, so we're going to let that just kind of cook down like that. People are like, ah! But look, see? It's getting the middle. The center of these steaks, these are so thick that it takes this type of immersion in a liquid to really push that center to being done. You see it's pushing it right out, so that's good. Okay, when we switch to sauce mode, though, we're gonna have to turn down the temperature because that's a cream sauce. Flip these over again. Keep going on the other side. Like I said, we're gonna have to flip these over and over and over again. And that's the same thing if you're cooking steaks on a barbecue grill and they're really thick, you gotta flip them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Right now we're in the final stage of reduction, final stage of cooking these steaks. And so we want this to, you know, they're pretty much done. Let's take a peek and see where we're at. Yeah, we're completely done. Look at that. It's perfect. All right, medium well. And let's go ahead and let that finish simmering down. Got our rice ready to go. Go one rice. Two rice. Three rice. Okay, we're going to do a central load on these to get them loaded up, and we got to do a little bit more. Okay, that final bit of beer was almost too much, but you'll see why I added it here in just a second. So these steaks are pretty much done. They're going to have pretty good flavor, and we're going to go ahead and load these onto the bed. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop our temperature down to 5, medium. And my daughter's more of a nuggy kind of person, so we're gonna go ahead and chop hers up real quick. And that's just cutting through it like butter. It's just going right through it. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and put that over there. There we go. Let these. And then we got another big steak here. Another big steak there. Okay, here comes the stuff and the beans and the stuff. As you can see, without any water, or any milk, pretty thick. It's too thick. So we're going to add some water to this, or some milk, sorry. And the trick about doing it with milk is you have to cook it long enough to get the milk up to 170 degrees, because you want that right now you want to give those sticks a minute anyways, because they have to relax. After you get them all tense like that in the pressure cooker pot, they gotta relax. So you see that gravy? That gravy is awesome looking. And this is going to be a garlic mushroom gravy with a little bit more. Green beans in them. And when this starts heating up, it's going to thin out too. You think it would thicken up, but it actually thins out. I don't know what's up with their recipe, but it just tends to. There we go. See, that's a perfect gravy. Look at that gravy. That gravy looks awesome. All right, let's let that heat up, and we don't need this anymore. Not everybody's going to like mushrooms, so you're going to probably want to see how this tastes. Oh, I don't know why they wouldn't like that. That is super, super tasty. Okay, so the idea here is just to heat it up. It doesn't have to be super hot, but I want to bring it up to, it's probably about 120 right now. I'd like to bring it up to about 160, but without scalding the milk. That's nice and creamy. We'll go ahead and put, I guess we can put a little extra rice on there. Oh, actually, that's for sure. So you're dealing with a cream, you hear it bubbling? That's going to be a problem if you let that burn. But once again, we want to bring it up to about 160. Nice creamy gravy. Real fast mushroom gravy. Okay, we're probably going to need a ladle for this as well. Because I don't want to be like scooping it up. Alright. So if you've been paying attention to the channel, you've probably seen my other videos. I've got an apple pie that's coming up here pretty soon. That one's going to be nice to watch. Turned out really quite good. There's some trick about using foil around the edges. I didn't do that, so it's a little crispy around the edges, but the rest of it's like perfect. The bottom's like crispy, and there we go. So now that we've cooked the milk has to be cooked, because one of the reasons why I do that is because I want it to break down the milk a little bit. This is all, the reason why we cook things is to break them down, to make it easier for our bodies to process them. And in this case, that's exactly what we did here. So let's go ahead and get started with the garnishment. Bring your plate to the garnishment. There we go. And each one's going to plate slightly different. You know, like that one there. That's. I want to, you know, if you make them all look the same, great. But that's not my thing. Maybe like this one here. Same way. That actually looks really good. I like that with the split steak and then the thing down the middle. Let's turn this off before we have a big mess. And this one, we're going to just totally make it like Mount Mushroom. Mount Mushroom sauce, and this one's for the kid. Alright, so see what else we can do here. We got a little bit extra there. I'm sure he won't mind having extra on his plate. Okay, with any cream sauce or pan thing, you want to put some water on that right away because it's going to make a mess. Alright, well, there we go. We got petite sirloin steak with a mushroom gravy sauce. It's got a little bit of beer flavoring in there. You can see it turned out really nice. Pretty proud of this one. This one looks great. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And once again, you're watching American Cooking with me, your host, Chris. Thanks so much.